So in this video we're gonna see how we can get user input in one array, and also we're gonna see how we can search for one item in the array. As we already have known that array is used to store multiple values under the same name. So we can create one array and we can assign one name and we can store multiple values inside one array, and then we can access those array elements by using the indexing, and the indexing starts from 0, 1, 2 and so on. So we can use indexing of that value to access that particular element. So array is perfect to store multiple similar data values. Let's see how we can take user input and how we can store them in one array. So first of all, in Python, to work with array we have to import the array module. So we're gonna import, and now we can work with array. So first of all we're gonna create one empty array. So we're gonna create one nums array. So we're gonna use the array. So this will be one integer array, so we're gonna pass I. This will be one empty array. Now to get the user input we're gonna use the input method enter length of array, and then we're gonna convert that, because this is one string, so we're gonna convert this to integer, and then we're gonna store that in the variable length. So we have the array length and we have the empty array. Now we have to take user input. So for that we're gonna use the loop. So we're gonna use the for loop. So for I in range, so we wanted the loop to run the array length times, and then we're gonna repeatedly run the input method to get the user input, and here we're gonna say enter value, and this will be one string, so we have to convert this to one integer because we are storing in one integer array. So here we're gonna convert this to integer, and after that we're gonna use the append method. So we're gonna use nums.append, and we're gonna append the user input value. So the loop will repeatedly run, and in every iteration we're gonna ask for the user input, and we're gonna append that value to our empty array. So this process will continue, and at the end we're gonna have the array containing all the user input. Here we can print the array values, so we can print the nums array. So let's now run this. Now here we have to use the command python and then the file name demo.py. It is asking for the length of the array, so we want the array to have 5 elements. Now it is asking for the values, so let's now enter all the values one by one. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Here we have the array containing all the values that we have just entered. So let's now see how we can search for one specific value in our array. So we have our array containing all the user inputs. Now we have to search for a value. So first of all, here we're going to take the user input. So we're going to say that enter search value, and we're going to store that in a variable x. Now we have to perform the search. So in Python we can simply do the search. So we can use if the search value x in the nums array. So if that is in the array, then we're gonna print found the value, else we're gonna print not found. So this is the easiest way to look for a value in the array. So let's now run this. So first of all, the length of the array, 5 is the length of the array. Now we have to enter all of the values. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. You can see we have the array with 5 numbers. Now it is asking for the search value. So let's now enter the value 5, which is indeed in the array. So here it is showing not found, and that is because here while we take the input, the value is a string value. So we have to convert the string to one integer, and then if we do the matching, then it should match. So let's now run this again. So now we're gonna enter the value 5, and now it is working. So here it is showing found the value. So we're gonna re-enter those values, and this time we're gonna, so let's now use one value that is not in our array, like in example 100, and here it is showing not found. So our code is working properly. So this is one of the ways to search. There are a lot of other ways we can do the search also, like in example we can do the searching manually. So let's now see the manual search method. So here we're gonna use the for loop. So we're gonna get the value from our nums array. Now if the value matches with the entered value x, and then we're gonna print found, and also we're gonna break the loop. So this is when we found the value. Now what if we do not found the value? So in that case we can create one flag. We can create one flag found, which is initially false, and then whenever we found it, we're gonna make the found as true. Now at the end here we're gonna use if not found. That means if the flag is false, if we do not found the value, in that case we're gonna print not found. So that is the manual process of searching for a number. So let's now see how that is working. So we're gonna comment that out. So we're gonna have 5 values, 1 2 3 4 and 5. Now the search value. So let's now enter the value 1. Yeah, it is showing found. Now let's rerun this. Now let's enter a value that is not in our array. So like 100. It is showing not found. The manual search method is also working properly, and let's now use the built-in methods to search for a value. So here we're gonna use the try and except. So inside the try clause, so here we're gonna use the index method. So nums dot index, and here inside we're gonna pass the search value x. Now this method will return the index of that value x. So the index method will search in the nums array for the value, and then it will return the index of that value. So if that is found, then we're gonna print that found value at index, and then we can print the index of that number. Now if we do not found it, then here we can use the except, and here we can print not found. So let's now comment this out. So here we are taking the user input, and then we are looking for the number inside the nums array. So this time we are using the built-in index method. So let's see how that is working. Now we're going to enter the search value. So let's now enter 1. So it is showing that found value at the index 0. So let's now enter a value like 100. So here it is showing not found. So our code is working properly. So this way we can take the user input and we can store them in one array, and also there are multiple ways we can search for a value in the array. So hope you understand the concept. See you in the next one. Take care.